It truly takes a village. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, we need different perspectives and different skill sets. So it's an absolute privilege and honor to collaborate with Invest Ottawa to build up the ecosystem and community to better support entrepreneurs. There are still some significant gaps that exist: the investing gap, the funding gap, the pay gap for women. And we have to address this, and we have to address it in different ways. I look at the program SheBoot that's having significant impact supporting women founders in Ottawa, but also bringing together women investors to participate and support these entrepreneurs with potentially all realizing a return.
Our goal at Stand Up is to create really strong, successful role models for another generation of founders to really be inspired by. I also read a story this morning. A group launched a fund in the US, and I loved how she framed it. She said she had 2 daughters, and her vision was that they were 5 and 3 years old. Her vision was that when they go to a tech recruiting fair, when they're ready to enter the workforce, they're going to see a lot more women founders leading technology companies than there currently are. And I think that's super aspirational and what we should all be looking for.
It is very important to accelerate, entrepreneurship development for women entrepreneurs and business owners, because women and diverse entrepreneurs bring new ideas, new services, products, and approaches as well to the economic community. But they often face barriers to starting and growing their businesses. So when access to the innovation ecosystem is provided to women through training, mentoring, networking, financing, economic growth and social development are the result.
The Scale Up Platform Partnership has enabled organizations to collectively support so many women on their journey through entrepreneurship. We're making progress, but there's so much more still to be done. And if we do it together in support of one another, will help get us there faster and we can have bigger impact. On behalf of myself and Communitech, I wish you all a very successful AccelerateOTT. Learn lots, strengthen your network, and soak it all up. After the year we've all had, AccelerateOTT is proving that the community can come together and be stronger than ever. Enjoy the conference.
Our mission for women in auto tech is to create a safe space for women to educate each other, drive innovation, and most important of all is to support each other in a tech and auto industry where women is often underrepresented. We are so excited to partner with Invest Ottawa, Area EXO, to support AccelerateOTT Hybrid and support these courageous women founders and funders.
You had an opportunity to get up, have a little bite, hydrate. Hopefully you had some opportunities to be able to network and meet some new folks. Amazing messages from 5 of our partners who collaborate with us on our shared goals of enabling and accelerating the growth and success of women founders. It's now time for our SheBoot pitch competition, which is great. I'm going to definitely invite our friends, Aaron Sieg-Miller and Nick Quain. Aaron Sieg-Miller is the manager of early stage programs. Sorry about that. It was a mouthful, but I got it. And Nick Quain is the VP of Venture Development here at IO. And we are going to be talking about 10 amazing women founders who are vying for $200,000 investment from 20 amazing women angels, which is phenomenal. I said it a little earlier, but if you missed it, we're going to give you a little bit of a brush up on what SheBoot is. So each entrepreneur also received $10,000 in non-dilutive investment from the FedDev Ontario through Pan Ontario Scale Up platform. I had to ask what non-dilutive meant, so I'm going to share it with you all as well. Thank you, Sonia, for giving me a little lesson. But it means that they don't have to pay it back and that they don't lose any equity in their business. Did I get it right? Woohoo! As you're enjoying the pitches from our founders, don't forget to choose your crowd favorite. So we want you to be paying attention, engaging, listening to the pitches. There's also going to be a chance for you to vote. So yes, definitely pay attention. And a poll will appear in the poll tab, which if you are watching from home is going to be on the right-hand side of your screen. Cast your vote to select your favorite founder who's pitching. I'm delighted to introduce Krista Gillis, Partner Tax Services with Logan Katz, a valued Grow sponsor, to share a special announcement about today's SheBoot competition.
Hi, Krista Gillis from Logan Katz here. I want to know if you're all ready to watch as 10 women founders pitch for $200,000 in investments from 20 women angels as we cap off the second cohort of SheBoot, the investment-ready bootcamp for women entrepreneurs established by Invest Ottawa and the Capital Angel Network. Logan Katz has been partnering with Invest Ottawa for many, many years now. And throughout that partnership, we've seen businesses go from literally nothing to be built into million or billion-dollar companies. So I'd like to wish these very impressive female entrepreneurs the very best of luck. Thanks so much. Bye.
All right, we are here. I am so excited to be back in Bayview. I'm on a stage. I'm in the Foundry. Live. Can we hear it? Come on. And there are people yelling in the room. It's very, very exciting here. And it's fun to be here with Erin to talk about SheBoot because, and actually to be introduced from Krista from Logan Katz, because it was 3 years ago we did our first pitch competition here at Invest Ottawa through our pre-accelerator, and Erin and I were involved in that. And it's kind of funny to look at where we are now, especially for SheBoot, and thinking about the focus at that time. We were talking a lot about supporting more women founders. And when we launched the pre-accelerator program, a pilot back 3 years ago, the intent wasn't deliberate. Like it wasn't all about, getting more women founders. It was just about being more efficient in our venture programming. But what we noticed was that there were a much higher percentage of women founder participants. And listening to the previous panel, Rachel talked about it, because what we really push is founders helping founders, cooperation, collaboration. And maybe we shouldn't be surprised that there was a higher percentage of women founders that came through that program, and a lot that have ended up being for the pipeline for things like SheBoot.
That's right. That is right. And it feels like it was a billion years ago, also just yesterday somehow. But it's so exciting to be back here. And we do have a lot of familiar faces throughout our SheBoot cohorts, including the second place winner, Vault. She was an Ignition graduate. She ran away from you when you tried to boot her off the stage many years ago. And then she got second place with SheBoot, and we have some of our Ignition graduates here today as well.
My wife heard that story that I chased some woman founder off the stage. It didn't go well, but her time was up and she ran away very effectively, actually, and bought herself an extra 10 to 15 seconds. And in thinking about SheBoot and what's happened here, it's interesting as well to listen to that previous panel talk about really a focused program dedicated exclusively to women. That's what SheBoot was. And I loved more money, less mentorship. So we're going to record that session and we're going to send it to FedDev because we have some funding asks in there to make that happen. It was perfect. But what really made this get real is when Jennifer Francis and Julie Elovage stepped forward and said, hey, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. We want to run this program. And then Sonia got involved, and then you were at the center of helping put that program together. And SheBoot was born a year ago with our first cohort.
Yeah. Woo.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. So tell us about SheBoot.
Yes, I'm very happy to tell us about SheBoot. So SheBoot is a 6-week intensive boot camp for investment readiness, and it's led by women, designed by women, for women. And through workshops and one-on-one meetings and so much pitch practice, they are getting there. So we heard the stats all morning. We heard the 2.9 go down to 2.3 in 2020. So it went from bad to worse, honestly. And this is really meant to address that challenge head on. And we are doing that through the support of so many women as well. We have over 50 women volunteers who are spending their time with these women through lead coaches and ghost board members and specialists and speakers, and not even to mention all of our incredible investors who have also put their money where the mouth is and invested $200K for the founders today. And we also have to give a shout out to Mistral Venture Partners, our VC friends from Ottawa, who established a special purpose vehicle to put the money in to house the investment and manage it on behalf of our incredible founders and our investors. And speaking of our investors, I know you mentioned them, Julia, Jennifer, Sonia, but I would be remiss if I didn't say what an incredible honor it has been to get to work with them. And this program is so meaningful to them and to everyone who's been involved. And we're just so lucky to have that here.
We are. It's been amazing. Okay, so let's move this forward. I think we've got a slide that's going to be shared. I'm not sure if you can see it, that has a list of all of the companies. It's in relatively alphabetical order. We had to shift a few of them just because these are busy women and they have other appointments. They don't just have pitch competitions for hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're running a business. So you'll get an opportunity to learn more about them in the chat. Links on the companies will get posted. And in terms of the format, there's, as mentioned, there's $200,000 at stake here, broken up $150,000 for the winner and $50,000 for a second place. And it's going to be in the form of a convertible note. So, you know, in the interest of educating people, what is a convertible note? So that is essentially debt with the clear purpose of converting to equity at a future equity round. So it's sort of an easier way for early stage investment to happen because you don't have to haggle about valuation. It gets entered in later. So it's a similar type of investment or mechanism that was used as a SAFE. It's part of the same family that was done in the first cohort of SheBoot. And the intent is that these founders are looking to do a larger raise, and then it converts in due course when that raise happens. And speaking of which, the winner, we heard from Julie on the previous panel. She raised a round of $1.7 million following SheBoot last year, and special shout out to Erin Zipes. I know she was a big part of seeing that round come to be, and also in founding Backbone Angels over the last year, which has been amazing. So. We'll learn about the winners, I think, at around 3:30 today. So hold tight, be patient. But there's also, as mentioned by Shab, that there's going to be an opportunity for a crowd favorite. So you'll get queried in your in Hopin to be able to vote on who you think should be the crowd favorite. And that crowd favorite's going to get a VIP pass to the Capital Angel Network pitch to be able to pitch directly to Can, which will be awesome. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I don't know, should we do this?
I think we should get rolling.
We should do this.
We should go.
I'm ready.
Oh.
Who do we have first?
So first we have Keren Moynihan from Boss Insights. And I think she's being queued up right now. She's actually joining us from Las Vegas. Thanks, Keren. Hey.
Straight from Vegas.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hi, everybody. My God, I was pumped. I'm more pumped. So thank you for this opportunity. Jill Earthy says it takes a village. That village is SheBoot, and I will explain why over the next 5 minutes. I'm here to chat with you today about how access to private business financial data, that's accounting, commerce, payroll, and tax, is changing the landscape of financial services forever. So let's talk about it. Our clients are banks, credit unions, private lenders, and fintechs. And we ask them, how do you get a greater share of your business customers' wallet? Because when they need a loan, a fund, a credit card, a payment solution, they're not coming to you, they're going to Google. That's what we all do. And they find a fast, cheaper, better offering, right? To do that, we need data, and not just the data, but the insights on the data. And this is a representation of my face when I was a commercial banker at RBC, because it was hard then, and it's still hard to grab that information and make any kind of sense or decisions on it. So when you ask for information manually from businesses, you get it back manually. Printed reports, PDFs, partial tech. So faster, cheaper, better turns into slow, risky, and costly. This is the perfect world. Accurate data that gives you insights and the so what of it all. And in the two use cases that we have, lending and fintech, you can see that data is important for all of it. Gathering the business, scoring them, providing them the service, and getting it done. And then, of course, cross-selling. Okay, so data is important. People think that it's just a couple sources of information like QuickBooks or Amazon or Shopify. But here's what our business customers are saying. It's insane, this marketplace that you have to build into. And that's why data as a service is a category. And that category is growing at 64%. So the time is now. For years, Boss Insights has offered global leading access to this type of information. And in our industry, here's what matters. Accounting for financial statements, commerce for sales, payroll and tax to make sure that information is validated. How big is this opportunity? Over $1 trillion, the industry reports they'll say. What I say after doing a bottom-up analysis is that there's 25,000 lenders, and that leads to a $1.5 billion opportunity, US dollars, every year. And that doesn't include fintech, because even though we all have access to Mars research reports, you can't track that industry. It's moving too quickly. If we were offering public company data, it'd be Bloomberg. And look at the valuation. Consumer, look at Mint's valuation. And look at Plaid's for banking data. But who is the de facto leader in private business information? That is our vision. And here's our product. Not just the data itself, because then every customer we go to, the banks, the private lenders, the fintechs, need coders to adopt it, and that slows down sales. We also have portals to spin things up with no coding same day, to originate, decision, and monitor same day. And here is what we launched at CB Insights Top 35 Future of FinTech. We'll even issue the code for you so that if you want a widget for invoice factoring, you can do that in 2 minutes, even though we're a data aggregator. Use our accounting and commerce information and get your business customers to actually factor with you. However, that is not how you get a greater share of their wallet. You need to then score that information and offer them working capital loans proactively. So you see here they use the invoice factoring, and now we are going to score them and offer them that working capital line, because this is a healthy business. And we'll do that for this business and the whole portfolio. It's what I wanted when I was at RBC. And here are the people we're working with. And guys, we closed 4 deals in the last 2 weeks, 3 community banks, 1 private lender. I'm sorry, I'm a founder. I get excited by these things. It's because we think about how to get these things adopted that we're getting this industry recognition. And there is a busy space, and I will happily go over competitive landscape with anybody. Here's how we set ourselves apart. The largest data set and the easiest onboarding. It creates a flywheel effect, and I'm living it in real time right now. We started the year with 4 customers. We're now at 14. Next year, we will be at 50. And here's the team that did it. We came from a tech-first approach with Amazon, somebody who did coding and led a team at Amazon, and someone who experienced the frustration. And then we got some incredible advisors who exited companies to Jack Henry, or worked at Equifax, or SheBoot's very own Kim Butler, who's been instrumental in what we have achieved, which is 2 signed term sheets, and I think we've identified our lead to close in December. I am so thrilled to be part of this community. I am so honored to be included amongst these incredible female founders. This is my QR code. I'm Keren Moynihan from Boss Insights. Please reach out. Thank you.
Awesome job, Keren.
Well done.
Just so she knows, just so you know, she's at Money 2021. That's why she's in Vegas. She's not on a vacation. That's why she's closing deals there. And I always love the enthusiasm that we see from founders when they like to close
We're
deals.
excited too, Keren. Yeah, we want to know these things. That's very exciting. Great
We
job.
like wins. We like wins. And love the idea that you've got this dashboard and instant real-time information, how many times you've been in a bank or been somewhere and have to answer and provide provide the same information over and over and over. Awesome stuff.
Love the shout out to Kim Butler as well. Great to see some SheBoot faces in the slide deck as well. Extra brownie points, Keren. Good job.
Thank you very much.
So I think we're ready to move on to our next founder, and that will be Anu from STEM Minds. Hi, welcome Anu.
Hi everyone. My name is Bidani. I'm the founder and CEO of STEM Minds. I was inspired by my two boys to address a gap we personally experienced in the education system. Their school programs had no meaningful focus on STEM-based learning, and the market lacked quality programs. I was determined to provide them what they needed to succeed. So I embarked on this amazing journey that I'm excited to share with you today. My discovery process of my problem uncovered a much larger $8.5 trillion revenue loss problem due to talent shortage in global economies. By 2025, there'll be 2 million unfilled STEM jobs in US alone because students are not graduating with the required skills. This is a problem that many industry verticals are trying to solve, where the root cause of this adult problem lies in early childhood. The development of certain early childhood skills is critical and can materially enhance the learning experience for children. This means we need to change how and what we teach to unlock the full potential. I have assembled an amazing team who's passionate about impacting education. I bring over 20 years of corporate experience in technology and strategy. I have a qualified team of teachers and STEM professionals, academia and industry partners, as well as an advisory board. Together, we have all collectively worked on building an amazing solution that sets us apart in the market. Our holistic solution for capacity building and disrupting education at its core is STEAM Hub. It's designed with, number one, new content aligned with the jobs of the tech-driven economy. Number two, empowerment of teachers with learning opportunities. Number three, nurturing children as self-directed learners so they're more prepared to harness the power of learning. Our product STEAM Hub is revenue generating and has earned $300,000 in online revenue since 2020 with 5,700 plus users. We have many testimonials from teachers, students, and parents to show our impact. In this journey, we're learning from our customers their needs in education and aligning our offering to take on early adopters. STEAM Hub is an award-winning, web-accessible online learning platform with 50-plus courses spanning across skills required in multiple industry verticals. Designed for children 8 to 18, both for home use and in classroom with thousands plus hours of learning. Our courses are designed by non-STEM teachers for non-STEM teachers and with no prerequisites for students. Our courses are built with education and impact in mind with strong foundational research. Our games are designed to allow students to apply their learning for real-world scenarios while having fun. Our micro-credentials, which are mini certificates of achievements, are structured as Math3 pathways, allowing students to build skills in an area of interest aligned with an industry sector. This holistic learning will lead to pathways to universities and colleges where the skills children are building early on in their lives will influence their decision as they grow to adulthood. Our revenue comes from two sources. Number one, parents paying for after-school programming for children, and number two, schools and teachers paying for workshops to enrich their classrooms. Our product pricing is very well aligned with budget for both parents and schools' annual spend on extracurricular programming. Our differentiators are, number one, a strong educational and research-based approach to building competencies for accessible learning. Number two, aligning learning with curriculum and educational frameworks to enable classroom learning and issuance of micro-credentials to deliver value to students. Number three, digitize hands-on learning that simulates skill building for the jobs of today and tomorrow. In summary, our holistic design and delivery differentiates us from our competition. Our target market is 305 million students focused on K-12 in North America and APAC region. Our obtainable market is a $3.4 billion opportunity for grade 3 to 8 learners. Our plan to grow is through a very milestone-driven go-to-market strategy. Number one, digital marketing for B2C to build up user base and testimonials. Number 2, work with early adopter schools through strategic partnership to get more students. And number 3, to build complementary communities in new markets to establish our presence, where we will seek distribution networks for cross-sell, upsell, and revenue share on a much larger scale. Our ask is to raise 1.5 million seed round funding so we can focus on investing on scaling up our team and product development efforts. We want to take our current product to be a more robust global commercial product ready for schools. This funding is critical for the growth and impact of our offering to education. Our product is ready for global stage. COVID-19 disruption has changed the world of education forever. Parents are ready to embrace online learning as a choice. Schools are looking for alternate digital content for the classrooms. We're ready to service this market. And thank you for your time.
Well done, Anu. Yeah, right under the wire there. You saw us pop up. We were ready to interrupt, but we can't interrupt and ask. We have to let founders finish the ask.
You need to close the ask, and I couldn't chase you out of your room there. It's just too far away. So love it. Anu, I really like the idea of there's so much, EduTech is so exciting because there's so much disruption and new adoption of new technologies that are happened with COVID. It's accelerated so much change in the industry, and the fact that that you're focusing on STEM, that's going to meet that future market demand, but aligning it with kids' interests. I've got 3 boys and I'm trying to get into this, so I'm excited about being one of your. If I can get a test drive key or something for my kids, I'm all in.
Awesome.
Make them pay Anu.
I saw the B2C element. I'm in.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Great job. All right. So we are going to welcome our next founder, Alida from the Growcer. Hi, Alida.
Hello. Well, thank you so much for having me today. My name is Alida Burke, and I'm the co-founder at Growcer. And our purpose is to make local, secure food accessible to anyone. And so global food insecurity is a massive problem, but what may surprise you are the rates right here at home. In fact, 1 in every 2 people living in Indigenous and Northern communities experience food insecurity, and 1 in every 6 Canadian children under the age of 18 do. And unfortunately, this problem is only getting worse with rising warming temperatures, and even with the effects of COVID over the last 2 years have really shown the fragility of supply chains. And it was in particular this food accessibility piece that really drove our team to say there must be a better way of doing it. And so that's where ultimately Growcer was born. And so Growcer makes it as cost-effective and easy to grow food locally. And so our flagship product, I'll take you in as a tour of our farm here. You can see it uses hydroponic technology with growing rafts on either side of the container to be able to grow food without soil 365 days of the year. We're able to grow just over 500 veggies a week, and we remotely monitor and track the environment so that we can make sure the plants grow as efficiently and effectively as possible, using much less water than traditional agriculture methods. And so this is what it looks like on the outside. It requires an electrical and water connection to get up and growing, and then we're able to grow in virtually any climate. We're in communities as north as Nunavut and as south as Kelowna, BC. And so over the last 5 years, we've bootstrapped our company to date to be just at a network of around 40 farms across Canada. They've collectively grown over 1 million servings of veggies to date. And we've experienced strong year-over-year growth, in particular thanks to our strong network of partners, including the largest and global food service provider, a variety of retail and government organizations, and charity partners that support us in our mission to grow food locally. And so we have 3 main revenue and customer types. The first is remote and Indigenous communities, where we started to have a local food option to grow on site. We also work with a lot of educational institutions, so K-12 and college and university campuses, to have a hands-on learning opportunity and hyper-local option for produce. And then we also work with institutions and community organizations that usually work on growing commercially to be able to fund their operations or other missions that they may have for themselves. And so why now? The focus for us to raise investment is that we're experiencing some strong traction in our key verticals, and we're looking to further deepen our presence in those markets. We have some strong favorable market conditions, and we're looking to capitalize on those. And we have some key investments we're looking to make in our product and R&D roadmap and bring those to our customers' hands as quickly as we can so that they can grow as quickly as possible. And we have the team to do it. So we've built a strong, purpose-driven team that have previous experience growing and scaling agriculture, manufacturing, and software businesses in the past, and have built a strong team of advisors that will help us as we grow and scale the company. We have a few direct competitors in our market, but where we really have a strong focus is ensuring we have the largest volume of produce per dollar capital outlay, as well as making sure we have the ease of implementation and support that our customers require to be able to get up and grow successfully. And if we're looking at it from more of a competitive technologies landscape, where we really shine is being able to be on a competitive commercial layout so that we're able to grow a large amount of produce per square foot, but small enough so that we're able to remain agile and meet the needs of local communities where warehouse farms that you may see unfortunately can't meet those requirements as the supply chains are still quite long. So really focusing on those communities to meet their local needs. And so we see a strong market opportunity in terms of seeing a $16 billion total addressable market by 2026 and have a logical phased approach to be able to attract that market. The first is deepening our presence in our current markets, really taking that learning and growing our product and R&D roadmaps. And then from there, focusing on market expansion. So focusing on climates that are similar to ours, extreme cold and extreme warm environments, and then going on a segment basis as well. So focusing on commercial and other farmer markets to further expand our product offering and our footprint internationally. And so what we're looking for is an investment opportunity, specifically mission-aligned investors who can add strategic support and market access in our second phase of our go-to-market strategy, as well as those impact investors that are looking to have a social and environmental impact while making returns on their investment. So if this sounds like you, we would be happy to discuss further. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening, and we'll take it to the next pitch.
Awesome job, Alida. It's funny, it was actually 5 years ago that I was judging at a University of Ottawa pitch competition when this Enactus team got up with this crazy idea to convert shipping containers into a hydroponic to produce produce for northern communities. Everyone was using hydroponics for cannabis at the time, and they were zigging and you guys were zagging. So it's really fun to see the progress that you've made here. Amazing presentation.
And if I'm not mistaken, an Accelerator graduate too.
A recent Accelerator graduate. Full confession, I snuck into there a couple of times to steal some produce when I was really hungry. I apologize.
That's okay.
I've been crazy ever since. Sorry, I just had to come clean.
And what better place than right now to do that? All right, thank you so much, Alida. We are going to welcome our next founder, Suzanna from Calabifide.
Hello, everyone. Hope you can see me, hear me. Can you hear me, see me? Hello?
Hey, Suzanna, we can hear you and see you. If you want to, yeah, just
Great.
Feel free to present. Yeah.
Okay, great. Here it is. I will start presenting Collabofide. We enable online businesses to show their environmental, social, and governance impact. The pandemic exposed deep systemic inefficiencies, and we now want real change, and we count on businesses to help us rebuild our economy stronger and better. Environmental, social, and governance commitment is not just like a nice to have anymore. We see that in US alone, investment in ESG has jumped from 12 to 17 trillion in 2 years. The World Economic Forum has established 21 stakeholder capitalist metrics. And today, more than 60 stock exchanges around the world require ESG commitments. But while this is great for big businesses, it's a severe challenge for bootstrap online businesses, startups, and innovative technologies who have a difficulty understanding what the heck is ESG. GRI, SASB, UNSDG, ISO are an alphabet soup. Expensive certification practices that run from 5 to 80,000 actually push most of online businesses to resume to social media campaigns to build trust in their services, which result in being able to distinguish between greenwashing and virtue signaling. Collabofide is a faster, simpler, and verified way for online businesses to show their ESG impact. It's not what we do, it's how we do it. It's actually different. We connect online businesses to trusted assessors that we call trust agents, who are able to review a platform on established ESG requirements. The cumulative reporting it produces a Collabofide report where an online business can actually see where they do great and where they need improvement, such as environmental, transparency, health and safety, integrity. They can use that as an internal improvement tool or share it with external stakeholders, mitigate the risk from fake reviews, turn clicks into customers, attract talent, show their impact, and be rewarded by investors for the impact they're making. Our service models really run in three forms. First, we listen. You can join in for free. We provide basic resources, basic training, and a Collabofide community. If you want to try the model, then we can help. We provide 5 trust agents, 2 assessments per year, and then when you're ready, you can fully Collabofide. Then you have unlimited training, unlimited resources, and 10 or more trust agents. You also have an accessibility to a team that is multidisciplinary. Et oui, on parle français. Toute notre information va être disponible en français aussi. Our co-founder, Kevin McKinley, was the ISO General Secretary, and he served on the GRI board. I myself have more than 16 years of experience in standards, regulation, UN, sustainable development, ethical AI, and other innovative initiatives. In just over a year, we'll be able to actually build a community of more than 60 organically, working with 10 online businesses, 15 trust agents, who want to re-envision a $53 trillion ESG industry. And yes, the whole pie is not ours, but we align mostly with new coalition and initiatives in data products and services. Our direct competition is in 3 main groups: those who use globally set criteria and standards practices, those who use organizationally set criteria and consultation groups such as Deloitte, PwC, KPMG, and new, more affordable methods of trust that have emerged only recently that are either based on review mechanisms or use a trust seal approach. Collabofide is the only marketplace offering there that uses globally set criteria, is affordable, and directly geared towards online businesses. Our market strategy is to be Canada first. We want to enable local small entrepreneurs in the sustainable space who want to build trust and impact. We then offer it to Canada, US, where we're currently patent pending, and potentially globally, because after all, we do use globally set criteria and standards. To get there, we need your help. We need to fully automate our tool. We need to improve our training models and start spending on communications and marketing. If you invest in us and join us, you are supporting customers, employees, businesses, and investors who want to see ESG commitment. But you're also building a better future for 38 million Canadians who are online and engaging with online businesses daily. Thank you for your time.
Woo, thank you. Thanks, Suzanna.
Great job, Suzanna. And fun to see you, obviously, another one of our Ignition grads. And it's amazing to see how your pitch and everything you're doing is developed. I think that all of us can recognize that having a trust score and any element of something on the internet is something that that we're going to need and that isn't going away anytime soon. So really interesting model.
Great. And something we take for granted all the time. So thanks for bringing this to light. Thank you, Suzanna. And we shall move on. Let's go to Simone from Marlow.
Hi, everyone. I'm Simone, and this is my co-founder, Nadia. And we created Marlow to build the one-stop shop for sexual wellness. We've noticed that there's been a big wave in wellness and many successes in the physical and mental wellness space. But what we know is that millennials and Gen Z are looking to take a truly holistic approach to their wellness. And with the fourth wave of feminism, there's been a big focus and interest in learning about sexual wellness. And Marlow's positioned to be the brand at the forefront of that movement. This started when my co-founder felt a lot of pain inserting traditional tampons and went to the gynecologist to describe this. She also felt really limited by her other option of using pads. Her doctor told her to spit on her tampon to make it easier to insert, and that shock factor blew away our team, and we knew there must be a better way. We went on to interview over 200 menstruators, and 86% of them had experienced insertion pain or discomfort. We also learned through those interviews that there was a big gap in the sex education. 89% of our follower respondents stated that their sex ed had not prepared them for real life. Our solution is the first lubricated tampon kit. We've engineered the lubricant bottle to perfectly coat a tampon in a mess-free process. We'd heard through our interviews that people were already hacking the solution at home, but for most of them it was really messy and they felt like they were doing arts and crafts in the bathroom stall. So that's why we have an innovative crotch slit valve application method that makes it easy, mess-free, and more hygienic. Our tampons are 100% organic cotton with a plant-based plastic applicator, and our lubricant is water-based and fragrance-free. 93% of our users would recommend Marlow, and they told us that it made insertion very easy and painless, as well as many medical experts have vouched for the hundreds of patients they see every year and how this product could really benefit them. To date, we've generated over $13,000 in pre-sales in under 3 weeks. We've raised $500,000. We've organically built a community of over 8,000. We've tested our product with 100 people, and we've received our Health Canada approvals. This is a large market opportunity. It's valued to be worth over $50 billion by the end of 2027. And in fact, 1 in 6 women experience vaginal dryness even before menopause. So it's a large group of people that could really benefit from a product like ours. Our business model will begin direct to consumer on a subscription, which on our end results in recurring revenue. And for the customer, it solves that strong fear of running out of product. And we're also able to use data and analytics to deeply understand our customers and to create a feedback loop in a way that the large players like Tampax aren't able to do because they have the middlemen, the retailers.
We will be the first to market lubricated tampon kit. In the menstrual product space, there are large CPG companies such as Tampax. There's more environmentally conscious companies such as Diva Cup or Nix. And there's a US competitor called Lola based out of the US. They offer a direct-to-consumer business model, proving that this is something that customers demand, but they only offer traditional tampons. So where Marlow can come in is with our brand new product innovation, our new modern brand catered to Gen Z and millennial consumers. We're going to build a community feedback loop because we're really able to develop that personalized relationship with the customer and to collect data and analytics to continue to optimize our product offerings. Why now? The femtech industry is booming. It's projected to grow to over $60 billion by 2027. 66% of Canadians have also increased their online shopping habits due to COVID-19, and this is projected to continue even post-COVID-19 as well. And overall, there's a growing support for women's sexual health because of the fourth wave of feminism. We're going to build a community around our brand through our educational content and social media. We'll build a referral program, an ambassador and influencer program, and build ads and targeted keywords to continue to capture customers. And what's really interesting about this business model financially is that we're able to capture a customer for life. The average menstruator has their period for over 39 years. There's many times throughout their life that we can capture them, and the cycle continues as a parent recommends this brand to their children. This is our founding team. Our strengths range from management consulting to branding and asset management. We have experience building D2C brands, but what truly is our biggest strength is that we understand our customer inside and out because we are that target demographic. And we're backed by an incredible team of advisors as well. To date, we've completed accelerators. We've raised a pre-seed round of $500,000. We've received our Health Canada approvals, and now we're gearing up to launch in the next 2 weeks to expand to the US and eventually to do further product development as well. Thank you so much for listening. We encourage you to join our community and share the brand with your network.
Thank you. Thanks, Nadia and Simone.
Wow, amazing. So
Awesome.
half the planet is your market, and they're your market for 39 years. And you've received your Health Canada approval. That is amazing, and love the B2C aspect of it, going direct, so ambitious and so awesome on a subscription model, no less. So love it. Love what you're doing.
And we talked this morning, Julia's panel talked about how timing is everything. You're launching in 2 weeks. This is perfect. Everyone get on their website. This is awesome. Thanks, ladies.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right, so let's keep going. We are going to welcome Jennifer and Natalie from Fortress.Legal to join us. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, good. It looks like we're teed up here. We can get started. So Fortress.Legal is the first IP and contract management solution for innovative small and medium-sized companies. And we're aiming to become a global gold standard in how SMEs manage these valuable assets. My co-founder, Jen, and I are longtime friends and globally recognized IP attorneys in high tech and life sciences. We have deep domain expertise, and over the past 20 years, we've experienced firsthand the pain points our platform solves for innovative SMEs. These SMEs are growth-oriented and valuation-driven. These companies are creating valuable intangible assets, and it's critical that they manage them properly. And why is it so critical? Because the world has changed. Just have a look at this S&P 500 index. Today, over 90% of company value is derived from intangible assets. The intangibles are the goodwill, the brands, the trade secrets, those algorithms, the data, the contracts, the patents, the designs, the trademarks. We're no longer counting factories and inventory. Maintaining a competitive advantage in this new global economy requires a clear IP strategy and strong contracts. And this is complex stuff. Companies need to get this right because the cost of mismanagement is severe. But in our experience, innovative SMEs continue to mismanage their most valuable assets.
Jen, you're
muted.
We'll give you some extra time. You're muted there.
Wow.
It has to happen. Virtual events.
Okay. So why are these companies, amazing companies, struggling so much? Is it just that they're lean or too busy? It's actually more than that. Natalie and I identified a massive technology gap with SMEs on one side and large companies and law firms on the other. There are lots of sophisticated tools out there to help large companies stay organized and to manage their contracts and IP assets. But these solutions are not accessible to SMEs. They're overbuilt and overpriced. Even if SMEs could afford these solutions, they are so complex that they would have to hire in-house experts to run them. So SMEs use the tools that are accessible to them: Dropbox, Google Share, Teams, Slack, Excel. And they're using all of them because each on its own is limited. So they're putting different things in different places. It's no wonder SMEs are struggling. Large companies have the money, the technology, and the in-house experts. They are leveraging more forms of IP to protect themselves, and they are dominating. We are here to level the playing field. We built Fortress.Legal to address the technology gap for innovative SMEs. Fortress.Legal is a secure, multi-sided SaaS web platform where companies can store documents and data and securely share that information with legal advisors, investors, and customers. We offer sophisticated contract and IP asset management, solutions that are not currently accessible to SMEs. We are not just a document repository. All of your documents are searchable and can be mapped to your business through our patent-pending project creation and mapping feature. And you can run reports on demand. In addition, our deep domain expertise is baked right into the product with curated IP guidance and templates. And Fortress.Legal is automatically organized like a data room, so you're always ready for due diligence. No more stress and scrambling. Fortress.Legal is truly a unique integrated offering, and we are patent pending on this concept as well. As you can see, each one of these markets is massive and growing as companies go digital. By bringing together key elements of each into one single product, we are actually creating a new market. We are going to deliver tremendous value to an underserved market of over 40 billion innovative SMEs, making this an $80 billion opportunity.
Our competitors are not the big systems that large, sorry? Oh. Our competitors are not the big systems that large companies are using because those solutions are not even accessible to SMEs. We're competing with what SMEs are using today, and as Jen mentioned, they are each limited in their functionality. None of these provide any project mapping, curated knowledge, KPI tracking, or on-demand reports. We offer all of this functionality and so much more in an easy-to-use solution that is right-sized and right-priced for SMEs. Right now, we have an MVP that's already in the hands of our beta customers. They are coming on for our 3-month trial where they get to try out our full functionality for free. At the end of the trial, companies will have the option to convert to our business plan for only $199 per month or to a larger plan depending on needs. We have a winning team. Our CTO, Warren Gallagher, has over 30 years experience building software and software companies. We also have an incredible team of investors and advisors backing us. And our big goal is to take our Canadian company public and keep our IP and headquarters in Ottawa, in Canada. Well, in Ottawa too. Fortress.Legal is going to bring immense value to our innovative SMEs and to the entire innovation ecosystem. Companies will save time and money while growing faster and achieving higher valuations. Our only ask today beyond the SheBoot investment is that you visit our website and try us for free. We are offering 50% off the first year subscription for our first 50 beta partners. Whether you're a company, a law firm, or an investor, you will find value in Fortress.Legal. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done.
Awesome job, Nat, Jen.
Hey,
Amazing.
sorry, I was getting feedback. I wasn't sure what was happening.
No, it was all good. It was all good.
Good.
Obviously, as another Ignition grad, we've got to know you both very well, and you both know. For those that don't know, their timing is actually pretty amazing because every layer of government is leaning in for prioritizing IP creation from our SMEs. So you guys well timed and I'll put my hand up as a beta customer on behalf of IO. So
awesome.
Great job, ladies. All right, so let's keep ticking along here. We are going to welcome Vanessa from Flöka. Welcome, Vanessa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vanessa with Flöka, and Flöka got started because of my own chronic health journey that started when I was a teenager. I went to lots of different specialists, and it wasn't until 10 years later I learned that the only thing you can really do is manage your lifestyle. So I found a naturopathic doctor here in Ottawa. She sat me down and got me to write down everything I was eating, sleep, fitness, nutrition, periods, etc. on this piece of paper, and we were to correlate it by hand on the third appointment. And I was feeling kind of young and annoying that I was saying, I have all of this data already on many different apps on my phone. How do I share that with you? And then started learning about her issues and problems with history communication as well. So that was really the impetus for Flöka, was really around solving history communication to help practitioners scale up their time and to serve more patients better and faster. And if you can imagine how on the patient side, you are explaining and re-explaining your story, but on the practitioner side, it's also challenging. And these practitioners really do care about getting access to this information so they can create great results, as they're often paid out of pocket or with extended medical insurance. So the current ways of solving this problem is the screenshot I have here of my own a pen and paper, or emailing expiring screenshots of this app and wearable data, or even there's some practitioners adding themselves as friends on different platforms. So we meet patients where they are with the tools that they're already using. We bring it all together into a secure platform where they can navigate their whole journey in one place. And then we've gone above board in complying with HIPAA and are platforming that data for practitioners so that they can see it all in real time. And that really is the aha moment for them. Then the patient is the steward. Oh, sorry, I've got a notification that the slides are not moving. Give me 1 second. Okay, let me just re-present. Sorry, everybody, about this. Okay. Just have to go back to Okay, I've wired the internet. Let's see if looks like it's moving. Okay, so just quickly to reiterate, I was talking about connecting to all the tools that practitioners are already using and dashboarding this for the practitioner. And then not only does our solution help practitioners see everything in real time and solve that accountability problem, but what we've seen with COVID is that the most COVID resilient segment of these businesses has been group programs, and they're doing this to address their scale problem. The problem is that these are generic, and so they're doing a lot of manual things to still deliver on a personalized experience. And so we've helped automate a lot of that for them with Miranda, who you'll meet in a second. For example, it follows period data. I'm so sorry, I have hardwired the internet.
We get to do this through my super dreamy, if I were to ever have a dream platform, a dream app, it is all done on Flöka Life app. Let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome. So this is Miranda. She has over 40 clients on Flöka, and she's running Flöka for her entire practice. She has intakes quarterly, and we have an early community of evangelist practitioners. We have a pretty big wait list and have just signed a deal with another great Ottawa company, FullScript. So how we make money is in a way aligned with practitioners. Our biggest revenue focus is SaaS. So that's $4 per patient per month. So if you have 40 clients on Flöka, you would be billed $4 per month for those clients, and then also have a revenue share model with partners. For transaction sizes, we're seeing the average transaction value at $250. So FullScript is the second fastest growing company in Canada. It is inventory list supplement fulfillment. For these integrative practitioners, we share to the same customer. We're really excited to be invited to FullScript's new app store and have a holistic partnership with them that includes marketing and revenue share. It's just been awesome to have a partner who really believes in the vision of what we're building. In terms of the market, it's grown 6 times in the past 8 years. So we've done a bottom-up market sizing as well as a top-down focus on English-dominant countries. In terms of the landscape, we're thinking of 3 different categories. So there's wellness apps and data sources, EMRs and telehealth platforms that are great at billings, bookings, and charting. For the wellness apps and sources, there's many great different apps in different verticals, and our strategy is to integrate with as many as possible. And there's really been this explosion in group programs, and we're really at the convergence of those 3 things. In terms of our beachhead, 75% of these integrative care patients are women like myself. And so we have all of this extra data to share, from periods to basal body temperature. These practitioners that are targeting women's health are already marketing themselves on Instagram. You can see here, Audrey has already tagged us in her Instagram profile. Instagram is how we are meeting a lot of practitioners and are, of course, excited to join the FullScript App Store. We're currently in a raise with some exciting investors. We're to build out engineering and customer success as we're following an onboard don't launch philosophy until we hit 20K MRR to move to self-service SaaS. We have an incredible team with a lot of experience in health behavior engineering. And for myself, after graduating and spending time in technology, I was a consultant to these wellness businesses where I was learning more about their problems, and at the same time was a Shopify partner. To reiterate on the why now, there's never been as much adoption as there is today in terms of these services, and the developer APIs finally exist, but it's still quite early in the integrated space, and there isn't a current solution for them. And with telehealth, we've really seen this transition to practitionership, we're calling, which means as a practitioner, I'm starting to own the end-to-end experience of my practice, and I have different problems I need to solve with history communication. And then again, the group programs being a really big and important growing category for these practitioners, but there isn't a solution built for them for personalized healthcare. Thank you so much, and please ask your integrative practitioner if you have one about Flöka today. Thank you.
Thanks, Vanessa. These live events, there's always meant to be some kind of, they're meant to test us, really.
There is.
Yeah.
Vanessa, you were unflappable. We're
Yeah.
all just sitting here watching you, cool as a cucumber, just, reboot that presentation. So well done. I love the fact that you're going after this beachhead, very hyper-focused on an area in a big market that obviously you can expand beyond that. And awesome to see the partnership with FullScript. You're right. They're an amazing Ottawa growth story. So congrats on that.
Thanks,
Thank
Vanessa.
you so much.
All right, so we are going to welcome our next founder, and that is Keren from TAKU Labs. Hi, Keren.
Hey there. Thank you so much for having me. So I'm Keren Wong, the co-founder and CEO of TAKU Labs, and I'm here to talk to you today about our flexible inventory and order management solution, specifically for essential retailers. So that would be your pet stores and your grocery stores. We built TAKU because there's a critical problem facing physical retailers. I was also once a physical retailer myself, so I do understand this problem. Traditional retailers are actually working without real-time data, and they are losing to data-driven competitors such as Amazon. During the pandemic, many of these retailers added best-of-breed solutions such as Shopify. But the thing is, a lot of these platforms weren't designed for the types of workflows that you see in this sector. And at the same time, it's very, very expensive to build them alongside existing legacy systems. As a result, there's an increasing cost to manage a growing number of applications and workflows. Because data doesn't talk to each other in all of these platforms now, you've got physical retailers losing over $600 billion a year in things such as lost sales and wasted ad spend. It's a particularly costly problem for high inventory retailers. So just to clarify, that's consumer packaged goods or CPG retailers. And the reason why is because they are very, very high volume, low margin retailers. They deal with not 100 products, they deal with 50,000 to 100,000 products per location, and the data management costs are extremely high. They also have complex workflows. So they need specialized tools and processes, a lot of which that don't work natively with each other. And they can't be replaced all at once and has to be replaced piecemeal over time. A lot of these retailers have come to rely on third-party channel services such as Instacart, which are actually starting to use that data to compete with them and are actually unprofitable in the long term. The retail software market is over $65 billion a year. But what you'll see here is that most of the growth is actually in solutions that focus on omnichannel. So that would be all the 60% of the stores that need to upgrade today because they're using out-of-date systems. We're immediately going to be focusing on the small to medium-sized consumer packaged good retailer, which is about a $450 million opportunity in just US and Canada alone, and up to a $3.6 billion annual spend globally. So what are we? We are a modular inventory and order management platform that offers high inventory retailers an out-of-the-box solution that makes it easy to work together with legacy systems and even your best of breed, all in a single platform. We focus on real-time inventory accuracy because, for example, if you have a delivery app and you have a transaction, you need that inventory to update across every single channel in every location and store worldwide. At the same time, we focus on making it easier and more profitable for our retailers to use the partner integrations deeper into the store and those workflows. So for example, e-commerce that works in the store and can actually offer the ability to add extra products when they come pick up. We work with CPG data, which is valuable for suppliers, which gives us a monetization opportunity and the ability to offer retailers the possibility of, for example, predictive purchasing in the future. We are also the first platform to directly integrate to Google for real-time integration with local inventory ads for proximity-based marketing just based on real-time data. This is what retailers are doing on the left today. 15 to 20 applications that don't work with each other well, not in real time, and maybe FTP. And this is what we've done with TAKU. It's an open SaaS platform where you're seeing some native deep integrations with great workflows. But if you're a larger retailer and you use proprietary software or you need to add a special marketplace, you can do that because we're API first and makes it really easy to build on. We know retail because we've been in this space for a very long time. I used to be a wholesaler in Canada and a retailer in Asia. I worked there for 8 years. I have an associated legacy retail point of sale company, which I actually acquired in 2015 just so that I could finance TAKU and also migrate customers and eventually sunset. Our competitive landscape is mainly legacy, cloud, and also desktop applications and headless. but we're actually the only one that can offer all of these things in a single end-to-end workflow. Our business model is mainly SaaS, but we'll obviously be focusing on data aggregation and open API, but we're going to focus on inbound adoption from existing customers and partner migrations eventually. Our revenue right now is 40,000 with an MRR of 2,500, and we're completely clean cap table because we've been bootstrapped, which the focus mainly on launching our partner integrations and opening that API. And that's why we're asking today for a pre-seed round to ramp up our marketing with our out-of-the-box and also to speed up our product roadmap to launch our core applications and open API next year. Thank you so much for your time, and please reach out if you have any questions.
Thanks, Keren. Awesome. Great job.
Well done, Keren. I feel like I was going to school to learn. Like, I know quite a bit about e-commerce, but I felt like I was going to school to learn about the entire ecosystem really well. Really great presentation.
In the best way.
In the best way, yes.
Yeah.
And I actually think your focus on that retail experience is smart. I think there's so many people focused on just sort of the e-commerce omni-channel side versus actually helping that real world retailer as people on site trying to figure out the inventory management and everything that goes with it. And the API based approach makes total sense.
Yes, we're well acquainted with e-commerce in
Ottawa. Yes, I know in Ottawa for sure. Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Keren. All right, so we are on our last pitch. It's hard to believe we're already there, but we will welcome Sophie from ariglad. Welcome.
Hi guys, so excited to be here. All right, let's just hop right into it. So I'm so honored to be here and to present among these incredible women. Thank you, SheBoot. So ariglad is an HR ticketing tool that provides insight into what's really happening at work. In other words, we're the Jira for HR. So as an HR manager at a medium-sized business between 1,000 to 5,000 employees, you have hundreds of outstanding employee messages that are waiting to be responded to, and more still pour in every day. These messages come through many different places: Slack, email, things people mention on Zoom calls. However, leadership doesn't know what trends are emerging because messages are trapped in Slack DMs or email inboxes that are eventually archived. This means that you're stuck in a loop of being reactive instead of proactive. Some employees skip talking to HR completely about their complaints and simply blast your company on Twitter or Glassdoor, permanently hurting your company's public identity. Right now, millions of workers are quitting their jobs across North America, and HR has no idea why. Replacing employees that quit is costing more. And when employees bring up complaints or concerns to HR, these are key indicators as to what needs to be improved in a company. If these same people end up leaving, it becomes even more vital to get in front of those trends. This is leaving a huge gap of knowledge for leaders. And it's why HR can't pinpoint the specific reasons that employees are leaving. Ask yourselves, if an employer had a tool to connect past employee complaints or messages to HR with staff that eventually quit, it would be easy to understand why people are leaving and create a plan to fix the problem. But they don't have that. So let's go back to the example of the overwhelmed HR manager. ariglad is with them every step of the way. First, ariglad integrates into the messaging platform that are used by companies like Slack or Microsoft Teams. This way, whenever an employee sends a message to HR over their preferred platform, it's automatically captured and organized in ariglad. HR sees tickets come in, can respond, tag team members, and add notes on a need-be basis. Employees can also send anonymous tickets, which turns ariglad into an organization's own Glassdoor or Twitter, where employees can express their need to stay anonymous and raise concerns without going public. Thousands of HR messages that are captured in ariglad in the world's first AI-powered dashboard of its kind will to show emerging HR trends so leadership teams can make proactive and informed decisions. When HR sees a huge increase in staff quitting, ariglad is the only thing giving insight as to why. So here's an example on your screen of a Seattle office where there's been many tickets sent to HR about leadership. If you clicked on that column on the left, you'd see even more details and insights as to why leadership is such a hot topic at your company. Again, right now, this doesn't exist on the market. Instead, companies spend millions on PR and recruitment firms to fix their talent issues, instead of just seeing the patterns that line the messages that employees are bringing to HR. Webflow is one of the fastest growing tech companies in Silicon Valley and have every top HR tool in the market. In just 2 weeks after using ariglad, they were stunned by the data that we uncovered that none of their other tools did. This reached their entire C-suite and the founders of Webflow. They've since become our biggest fans and have supplied us with dozens of testimonials. Webflow also showed that how HR tools aren't just about HR anymore. All leaders are eager to know about the data that ariglad offers about what's happening in their organization. With no capital investment and only one full-time person, which is me, we reached 30K in ARR in our first few months in the market and now have verbal confirmation on over $300,000 from enterprise customers, which is just amazing to say out loud, to be honest. Get really pumped about it. And what's more exciting is that we're well positioned to take over this market of $74 billion. And when we focus just on the SMB market in tech within North America, we estimate that the starting available market is easily 30 million. So lots to come. So when looking at the competitive landscape, there are 3 other alternatives for this market. There's Zendesk's Help Desk, Workday Help, and Jira. Each one offers HR ticketing as an add-on product, and therefore they haven't bothered adding all the HR-specific features that are needed to succeed. So we're focusing on CPOs that want to deliver higher employee retention rates and save time to focus on strategy. In the market that we're going after, HR is already sending significant budget on generic ticketing tools like Jira. So our customers are simply taking that budget and allocating it to an HR-specific tool. We're still finding our footing for pricing, but it ranges from $3 PEPM to $2,400 a month. So my background is in cybersecurity space, and my co-founder is a talented developer that's worked for HR case management tech before. Our advisory board includes C-suite from Red Bull, Dollar Shave Club, and Honey, and we've also gotten investment from Craft Venture Angel Fund, which is one of the top VC firms in San Francisco, some of the earliest investors in companies like Facebook and Airbnb. So in order to meet our revenue goals, we need funding to hire developers to accelerate our development roadmap, especially for our AI dashboard, because there's such a pressing need for ariglad with the Great Resignation. So that's why we're looking to raise about $300K in funding before we do our $2 million seed round later in 2022. So right now we're signing deals with these large companies, and it's just me and my co-founder. So this is literally going to go to hiring those developers, so we don't just meet the expectations of these major clients, but we exceed them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sophie. That was awesome. I can't believe, we're wrapping up here. That was a great way to wrap up. Thank you.
Amazing job, Sophie. I love the fact that you're just plugging into Slack and Microsoft and leveraging that data that's already there. I don't know how often we'll see a founder come along that's like, I've got this new tool that people are going to layer on and they're going to input their stuff here, as opposed to just plugging into all the content that's already there. And great progress. I love the way that you're bootstrapping it. Amazing.
That's the founder way. Thank you, guys.
Great job. Well, why don't we have another round of applause for all of our founders today? They did amazing. So awesome. I know our investors had a lot of great decisions, tough decisions that they'll have to make, and we'll welcome Jennifer and Julia back on stage here to announce the winners at 3:30. And I'm pretty sure the crowd favorite poll is going to be popping up. So pick your favorite. And am I missing anything else, Nick?
I think so. Just amazing job by all 10 of those women founders. Absolutely unbelievable. It's an amazing cohort.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. Well, we'll welcome Carla.
There I am. Okay. All right. So that was awesome. Thank you so much to the SheBoot pitch competitors or contestants. This was amazing. Can we invest in these companies too? Because I was a couple of them, I was like, just take my money. So thank you, Nick. Thank you, Erin, for keeping us on our edge of the seats. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Thuyen Vo, Managing Director. Oh, I'm wearing my face mask. Anyways, Managing Director and Head of Technology and Innovation in the banking group and valued growth sponsor for National Bank. And for those joining us online, please make your way to stage 2. Falling apart here.